tell me why every day I go out looking adorable, tits bouncing, skin glistening, and yet nobody ever hits on me or approaches me. Ever. Oh my God, like please. I'll take a fucking construction worker catcall at this point.
The irony is painful. For years, women complained that men talking to them in public was creepy, weird, or harassment. Now, they're online begging men to go back to talking to them again.
Here's what I think about when it comes to men approaching women. Why don't you do it more often? Honestly, I'm getting sick of everyone being like, well, women have just shoved us out so hard where they don't want to be approached anymore. I'm like, okay, listen. First of all, you can tell a vibe if it's there or not immediately, right? A guy came up to my friend and I at Boondocks and he was like, are you guys from here? And we're like, yeah. Or we're not from here, but we live here now. And whenever you go to Boondocks in Scottsdale, you know they're going to be surrounded by bachelor parties, okay? So, like, just keep your eyes open, keep everything peeled. Like, you're going to probably be around some guys that are trying to, like, look to just be there, hit it and quit it, which is, you know, I mean, good for you. He came in and he was, like, asking us where they should go. And we're like, you don't have anything planned? He's like, no. I'm like, okay, well, that just seems, like, wrong. And it seems like an excuse for you to come up to us. But, like, we weren't, mean to him. We were just, like, talking to him. Like, it was a conversation. I think, like, if you just go up to a woman and have a conversation, why not just try it? I don't get it. The Falcos in Scottsdale. I think the biggest thing for me is that I'm a confident, outgoing person. I really do have no problem going up to someone, but like, I want to see if a man has confidence and comes up to me because that's what I ultimately find sexy. You know, like, if you have confidence and you have a good personality and you come up to me and you have no problem doing it and having a conversation, I'm like, I'm into it. I think that's really sweet. Obviously, it depends how the conversation goes. If I can read that you're just kind of like a weirdo after that, like, then I'm going to be like, okay, swerve, right? But if you can hold a conversation, then most likely I'm like, okay, cool. Hey, how you doing? I don't plan to meet the love of my life at a bar, but you never know. It's just getting to a point where I'm like, wow, men and women really are not speaking at bars anymore. It's everything I wanted and more. You would have thought I haven't eaten in days. What the fuck?
Videos of women asking, why don't men approach anymore, are flooding social media. But men remember being shamed, recorded, and mocked for simply saying hello. The damage is done, and there's no going back.
Sound arrogant, but I like to think that I'm a pretty attractive woman, but I never get approached by men. And I mean never. They will stare a hole through my head, but they never speak to me, and I have no idea why.
There was a time when a man could approach a woman respectfully in public at a cafe, a bookstore, or the gym and have a genuine conversation. Today, that same gesture is often met with suspicion, side eyes, or a viral TikTok post. Society has conditioned men to be afraid of normal human interaction. And now that men have stopped engaging, the silence is deafening.
All right, I have a question for the single men on this app. I was talking to a friend of mine and I said something to the fact that men don't approach me. Men will stare at me. They will stare, but men do not approach me. And my male friend said that's because a lot of times if there is an attractive woman, men will assume that she has someone. Will assume that she has a person already and they don't like to be turned down. So instead, they won't approach you. So I want to know from the single men that are on this app, is that fact?
Modern dating advice told women to set boundaries and call out uncomfortable behavior. And while boundaries are important, the message became twisted: every man who speaks to you is suspect. The result? Good men walked away, leaving only the ones who don't care about rejection or respect. The decent, respectful guys learned that approaching women is a losing game.
Sometimes I wonder if the dating life was this bad like 20 years ago, because it's like, I don't know how to explain it, y'all. But I really don't understand how any of these men are gonna get married one day, because it's like they always sexualize us or like don't want to take us serious at all. Like they just want to be friends with benefits until they're like 40. Like, And I go out, guys. I go out. I go to the gym. I do things outside. I go to school, and I still don't see anybody or meet anybody. So I'm like confused. Like, where the hoes? Where the hoes? Where the hoes?
Now women are realizing what they've lost. They miss organic interaction, real conversation, and genuine connection. They're starting to see that the men who once smiled or started small talk weren't threats, they were normal men trying to connect in an increasingly disconnected world. But men have adapted. They've moved on. They don't want to risk humiliation or a false accusation for the sake of a 5-minute chat.
Men don't really approach women in the wild anymore. This is something that is very common. We all know this at this point. Dating apps, shout out. I understand it can be intimidating, but I just got a really good compliment. And it wasn't even like a good compliment. It was just like a good segue to like have a conversation. This guy, very kindly, I could see him staring at me and I'm like, oh, here we go, you know? And he just goes, I really like your dress. And that was it. And then he left me alone. And if he had kept going with the conversation, would I have talked to him? Yeah, because that was normal.
Let me ask y'all women something real quick. Like, when y'all really going to meet good quality, decent human men? Like, I keep hearing go to happy hour, go out by yourself, like, don't be with a group of women because men intimidated and they won't approach you. But seriously speaking, like, have y'all been out recently and a guy has come up to you and introduced himself to you and just been kind? I feel like men are just not menning anymore. Like, they are looking for a woman to help with everything and they want to be chased. Like, what happened and when did it happen? I feel like some type of bulletin went out and they all received an email or something that said, now it's our time to be chased. We are the prize. Like, what the fuck? Seriously.
Men today know the cost of a simple approach can be a viral video or a ruined reputation. So they stay quiet, focused, and distant. Women are learning that independence doesn't replace intimacy and empowerment doesn't attract connection. When you push away genuine effort long enough, it stops coming back.
Let me figure this out. I think I'm pretty cute, but nobody ever hits on me. And I go out. I go to places by myself. I'm not expecting anybody to pay my bills or pay for my dinner, but nobody ever hits on me. Look, I'm alright. Why? And don't be like, oh, don't say I'm intimidating. It's because they're intimidated, right? So
the truth is, men didn't disappear. They just stopped volunteering for disrespect. The silence women feel now is the echo of their own choices.
I don't know if men know this, but staring at women and not saying anything is actually very strange. Like, it happens to me quite a lot where I will see a man staring at me and I'm like, okay, let me not get an ego. Like, maybe he's not really looking at me, but it's like, no, like, I feel you watching me and won't speak to you the entire night. And it's just like, first of all, when y'all do that, I'm thinking, first thing I think, I'm like, is there something on my face? Is there something wrong? Like, do I look crazy? Like, am I doing something wrong? Like, but then I'm like, no, I'm good. Like, is there beef? Then my next thing is like, is there beef? Do I know you somehow? Like, is there something? What's happening? And then they won't say anything, and I think that's so crazy because like it's just better to state what's the vibe, like what's up. Even if you get rejected, at least I know why you were staring at me now, and like just can have like a piece of. And it's not always that you're gonna get rejected. Like sometimes I'm cool to flirt back, and we can just flirt for fun, but stare and don't say anything the whole night.
This has been the Sigma Chronicles, where truth cuts deeper than comfort. Stay sharp. Stay Sigma.
I barely get men to come up and talk to me. I start to second guess myself sometimes because I be like, damn, they sit there and stare and stare and stare, but never make a move. Like, and one thing about me, baby, I'm very old school. I am not going to open the door for you and come talk to you or come over and be like, hey, you staring at me, whatever. Because I feel like if you do not have the audacity or even the balls, the nice way to put it, to come and approach me, you couldn't lead me or my household. Just saying. So ladies, tell me, am I the only one who experiences this? Because men do not approach women these days, or they're expecting you to approach them. I'm not sure which one.
That's today's chapter of the Sigma Chronicles. Subscribe for more unfiltered reality.